Hello, my name is Holly Perry, and the content of this video is to give a brief overview of the small support group I conducted. The topic was transplants to the city of Tracy, California. It consisted of about 6 people. I do know these people. Most of them are my friends, are good acquaintances. The meeting took place in my home on a Saturday between 1 to 3 p.m. The 6 of us sat in a circle, which was in my living room, and my living room was already kind of set up in a circle. So the seating was comfortable. I first reached out to each person of the group that I knew, because I knew that they were also a transplant around the same time as I was to the city of Tracy. And I have been here for about 5 years now. I first called each member and asked if they would like to participate in this class, in this educational video for me, or educational group. They all agreed. I told them that what we were going to talk about was what it was like to be a transplant, the good and the bad. The day of, I greeted each person in the door. We came in and we had some small refreshments, and then we greeted each other we sat down in the circle. I had each member introduce themselves. I started and I introduced myself as, hi, I'm Holly Perry. I am leading this small group, and today our topic is being a transplant in the Tracy, California. What that looked like for us, the bad, the struggles, and the good things. The beginning process and the introduction of that was the norming stage, or the beginning process of the group, the forming stages of the group. I wanted to make sure that I kept each topic lighthearted and we didn't go too deep, and then I was able to be sure that I would be able to recognize any true feelings, as I am not equipped or a licensed counselor to deal with emotions on that level. So we kept it very light in general. I started off to the group with, I introduced myself and then went to the person to the left of me. I used good nonverbal communication skills. I would look to each member and then I would look to the next to help nudge it into that. After introductions were presented, we started the forming stage, and our first topics were the struggles we found. I at first had each group member discuss, I allotted a time slot, and I just, generally about 30 seconds to a minute. I said if they could just go around the room and talk about what they found their struggles were. The biggest topics, I would have to say, and the struggles we found were challenging for those of us with kids, finding the schools, finding childcare, things of that nature. And then with that, we gave what we did to combat that. And that was how we kind of kept it light and cheery. The other topics, another big one was that people tended to miss family that they left behind, their friends, siblings, parents, things of that nature. I did have them pair off and for each other and talk about what they do, how often they go home, and how far they have come from, how far they come. Our furthest away was from the Philippines. I try to do my best at remembering texts from Forsyth and Jacobs on how to be the leader and what to conduct, what to look for in members. I would have to say that my biggest drawback for myself as a leader was the anxiety. I don't know if it was because the first one, I do get a lot of social anxiety, and I now realize that I do need a little bit more push or preparation for any type of public speaking, even in that small intimate group. But once the group began and I presented myself with the flow, things got easier and I was able to relax and calm. However, I need to work on that to be a strong leader in the beginning. I think overall the cohesion of the group was really well. We seemed to stay on topic. I think I picked a good topic and something very similar that we had. We stayed on topic. We went through the stages. We came to the ending. We said our goodbyes. And then coming out of it, we even discussed coming a second time and talking about it and doing this group again. We are going to do what we planned, a Friendsgiving out of that for those that aren't going home to be with intimate family. So that was my experience with this group section. I think the flow went really well from topic to topic. We didn't seem to stay on target. We didn't seem to stay on one particular topic too long. And then when I did at one point notice that was one of the conversations was lagging just a bit, I did what I watched in the groups and reiterated what they were saying and talked about the feelings and said I would really like to explore that another time when we get together. And then, like I said, we ended the group. We came up with a Friendsgiving, and we decided to maybe even possibly make this an ongoing monthly called the Tracy Transplants. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.